The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining this webinar. We'll start momentarily. As you can see on the screen here, this is a Solidworks webinar to get your design to your website faster for increased sales. In other words, you design for better profitability, design to profit. Okay, it's time. Now let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Solidworks 22-minute webinar. In just 22 minutes, you'll learn how to get your design to your website faster for increased sales. My name is Obo Wu. I'm your host today. We have a lot of content to cover in just 22 minutes. Let's jump right in. By the way, several logistic topics here. If you are new to GoToWebinar, you may notice on the right-hand side of your panel, there are question areas, so you can type in your questions along the way. So we'll welcome any questions. Please feel free to type it in. And also, you may notice you can watch the webinar in full screen mode. We recommend full screen mode. And also, this webinar will be recorded and hosted online later. So if you want to watch it again or refer to your coworkers who cannot make it today, so feel free. Now, let me start by introducing our presenter today, Angela Smith, who is a Global Strategic Manager with Solidworks. Angela has rich experiences in online products and visual product innovative solutions. And today, Angela will walk us through about how to repurpose your CAD data for online sales and marketing activities. Angela, I'll hand it over to you.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Obo. Again, Obo is our product manager. And so again, thank you so much for joining us, especially late in the day if you're on Eastern Standard Time. So happy Friday to everyone, and I'll hopefully not drag on too long so everyone can start the weekend. But thank you very much for joining us. I wanted to give you a little bit of information about Solidworks Sell, what it is. You may have heard about it in the past under another name called Make, so there may be some people on the line I've talked to about this product in the past. We want to quickly bring you up to date. It is a new cloud-based 3D product configuration solution. It's also what we're calling our Me-commerce connected online solution for you to quickly take your products from CAD and get them in front of your consumers and start making profits a lot faster and cut down time to market. Our traditional products have always been centered on design to manufacturing and manufacturing intent, and we really want to focus on design to profit and how you plan on presenting your products in order to sell them. So let's get started. Since it is a Friday, we have a little bit of technical difficulty, so hold on just a moment. Here we go. Wouldn't be a Friday without it looks like my computer may have started the weekend early. So here we go, everybody. Thanks for being patient. Again, our CAD products have focused on helping you design your great products in 3D, and SolidWorks Sell, where you've been developing this for a few years now to help you sell your products. So I also recommend anyone on this webinar to go to our new website. We've revamped it a little bit. So go to Products and Solutions, go to the drop-down menu to Online Configuration, and that will take you to our SolidWorks Sell page for a little bit more in-depth information. If you click on the Try Now button, you'll be able to see all sorts of different examples of industry products, industries that are using our SolidWorks Sell package, as well as different live customers that you could view. This is a great example of a product that we quickly uploaded from CAD into SolidWorks Sell. We set it up with different materials that we wanted our customers to choose from. We uploaded different SKU and ERP data so that once we embedded this onto a website or shared it in a private browser view, that we would have those changes update automatically. So I could quickly go through, pick different shape options, pick different material options, and as you'll see on the right, the pricing is updating dynamically. We can also provide a bill of materials dynamically from this specific configuration. And we can also have photorealistic rendering of the pictures of the products on demand as well. Pretty powerful. So I'm going to start with an introduction of the technology itself, a little bit of what's going on under the hood, a little bit of Wizard of Oz behind the screen there. We'll go over some of the technology that's behind SolidWorks Sell. I'll discuss some of the challenges our customers were facing, as well as some of the challenges we faced in early years and that we're hoping to help solve for our customers. I'm going to show a quick example of how easily you can take your CAD and upload it into Sell and have it viewed via a browser and how to quickly embed it onto your website. And then I'll quickly discuss the different solutions and how we've packaged the SolidWorks Sell product into different solutions to help fit your specific business and your needs. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about the technology itself. So I think it's important to also have everyone understand it is browser-based software. So you never have to worry about, do I have the hardware it takes to run this software? You don't have to worry about if you have a Mac or a PC. It is browser-based. So if you can log into a website from your laptop, your desktop, your smartphone, or your tablet, any device where you can log into a browser, you can log into the software. But I also want to follow that up quickly. Whenever I talk about cloud, there are benefits there, but for a lot of people, a red flag can be raised and they have concerns. So whenever I talk about cloud, I always want to talk about security. So also to assure you that when you upload your CAD into SolidWorks Sell, we convert it to a very low-grade mesh data, so that even though we're using banking level, defense level secure servers, if there was to be any hacking of that, there hasn't been so far, knock on wood, we are hoping for the best, but we are more than well prepared for the worst. And so your CAD and IP is never uploaded to the cloud. So I'll repeat, we convert that to a very low-grade mesh data, so your actual CAD data and your intellectual property is never on the cloud, it's never exposed. I think it's important to mention that. Also, as well as being browser-based software, it is software as a service. So it's a very low-cost entry point. It's a per user, per month entry point within the software itself. So very low cost, very easy to start, get up and going really easily. It's also built to handle millions of concurrent users. So the software itself, you can have many named users and it's not device restricted. So we customize the starting package itself in packs of 5. So your team can get up and going very easily at a very low cost. But once it's embedded onto your website, it's built for millions of concurrent users at the same time. So if you have a beautiful product, you put it on site, something goes viral, there's 1 million people on your site at once wanting to interact with the product, configure it, and view all the different options. Having that happen is a good problem to have, and SolidWorks Sell is well built for that. It can scale and it can handle that high traffic and won't crash. Also, it's a great tool for your digital marketing and sales teams. So what's going on behind the scenes as well is we also provide analytics. So once you get the configurator embedded onto your website, you can track all the activity of your customers. It's also GDPR compliant. We're able to gather all the data of the different products they're configuring, the different materials they prefer, all of that data, which is great for digital marketing teams. They can react quickly to market needs and preferences, and they can use that to develop better products in the future. It's also great for the digital marketing and sales teams to take your CAD data and use Sell itself. So you don't need to have a real technical background to use Sell. It's very easy to become an expert in a short amount of time, less than a day. So with that bottleneck sometimes within the quoting process or the sales process, sometimes with engineers, they're rolling their eyes, oh no, more pretty pictures, and I'm gonna have to produce more of this. No, now you can kind of kick your CAD over the digital cubicle wall, as it were, and have your marketing and sales teams take your CAD and your designs and use it as needed for catalog presentation, online configurator, any needs like that. It's great for those teams to take and run with it. It's also very easy to embed online. So within SolidWorks Sell Customize, that's kind of the starting point where you have the online editor. You're logging into the browser, you're uploading your CAD into SolidWorks Sell, you're applying different materials, you're uploading different assemblies, different CAD shape options, and then we provide you with very small line of code that you can easily embed into your website and have that view. Also within Customize itself, you have private browser view. So even before you embed it into a website, you can share a private browser link with your internal teams, with your manufacturers, with have a rep in the field at a trade show, previewing new products even before they're available online. So very easy to do that. And you need very low IT to no IT involvement. So there are other products out there where you need to have special servers set up and you need to have special teams. It's a lot of front-end development and a lot of front-end work to get this up and going and a lot of heavy lifting. You don't need that with SolidWorks Sell. So there's very low IT needed, and with Customize itself, no IT needed because we provide you with a private browser link that doesn't need to be embedded as well. We also don't discriminate. So, obviously we are happy to have you within the SolidWorks family. It's a preferred path to be able to use the SolidWorks Sell Publisher and that plugin link to go easily from SolidWorks into SolidWorks Sell. But we know across different teams within different organizations, you might either have legacy data that's in not in SolidWorks, or you have other teams that need to contribute and they may not be using SolidWorks just yet. So we do not discriminate. You can use other packages where you can upload that CAD data very easily into Sell as well. We provide very realistic dynamic rendering. So when you're still kind of cooking it up a little bit, you can quickly upload your CAD. You can apply the different materials that you want customers to choose from, and then you can have this view immediately, either in a private browser view for teams to view, send to a client, or you can also have this view embedded into a website. And this is our dynamic rendering, where you're spinning it around, zooming in and out, and you can have it on a 360. You can be taking measurements of it. You can have pre-cooked views. So that's our dynamic rendering. Then we also have photorealistic rendering on demand. So no need to pre-configure all the different options and then pre-render all those different options. It's not just, if you're pre-rendering an option, then pre-render kind of an animation or move it around. It takes quite a lot of work. With this, you can have it on demand. Your customer can choose to add baskets to their scooter, pick the different colors, and then click a button and it'll provide a photorealistic rendering, a photo of that product of what they want delivered in the end. Very powerful. We also have different add-ons, both to customize, digital catalog, and e-commerce. You have access into advanced analytics where you can really track what your customers are doing within the configurator, how much traffic you have on the configurator. So even if it's, if they do not purchase or don't request a quote, you can see all that activity and use that for mine out that data to use it for future product development. We also have AR facial recognition currently available. A lot of our customers are using it for eyewear, or it could be for headphones, helmets, anything where it's tracking your facial recognition, your facial features. Even if you're moving your face around, it will interact with how your glasses look on your face. If you're a jeweler, you can see what those earrings look like. And we have that sort of positional recognition AR currently available. Some of you at SolidWorks World last year, if you were there, you may have seen the teaser that we had of our AR product immersion. So we also have that as an add-on with SolidWorks Cell. We have a new update on that coming soon that will be available on both Android and iOS devices. Very exciting. So not only can your customer say, you're giving them a platform to say, this is exactly what I want. I want the purple, I want this, and all the different accessories added to it. They can click a button and see a photo of what that's going to look like. And then they can also click a button and see that couch in their living room, see that truck in their driveway. They can get a sense of scale, and it's really powerful to offer to your customers. And you don't have to use other tools to get there very easily. Very, very powerful plugin. And of course, we have our photorealistic rendering on demand. So again, just to recap, we're going to leverage your 3D data. You don't need to pre-configure all those different options. You don't need to pre-render. You can do it on the fly just by updating your CAD data and being able to set it all up all within Cell. We also support multi-CAD import. We're CAD neutral. We're CAD agnostic. We provide dynamic rendering as well as photorealistic rendering. We'll also provide a bill of materials. So when a customer is on your site, they put together different options, colors, materials. We'll provide a bill of materials with all the SKU and ERP data that you want to match with that. You can also provide a bill of materials copy for your customers, and that's whether they've purchased or they've requested a quote. And also when you embed, when we provide you with that API code to easily embed into your website, it's a live iframe, which is great because let's say you upload different products and then you make a change to the product, or one of your suppliers is dropped, or you're not offering a certain material, or in today's political environment, let's say there's a tariff on your product and you need to change prices. So you can quickly, on the back end within Cell, you can make those changes, and those changes can update automatically onto your website. You don't have to wait for a hard update to your website. You don't need to bring in AIT to do that. You're in full control of what you're presenting to the customers at all times. Also, in addition to the BOM, the bill of materials, we also provide a process that once a customer has put together 2D, configuration, you can also have access to that file. You'll pull it back through SolidWorks and get an automatic 2D drawing, and it will upload with all of that SKU and ERP data that you're having to match as well. You don't need to recreate that. And we also provide STL files if there's something that you want to have 3D printed as well. And of course, we have the AR and advanced analytics. So let's just go through some of the challenges that some customers is facing, things that I've faced in the past as well when I was building configurations or pre-rendering for different customers. So why doesn't everyone do it? Well, it can be difficult. It can be expensive. So, you know, a lot of times people are trying to custom build their own. Well, that's expensive. It's a fractured process, as well as it takes a lot of time, and it's not easy because a lot of times if you're custom building a configurator, you're still having to pre-configure, pre-render all those different options, as well as there are other solutions out there that seem kind of easy, but there's still a lot of work either on the front end or the back end. So it doesn't seem that easy, and it's usually pretty expensive. And we have solved that with SolidWorks Cell, where you can, your customers are asking for more options, and you're giving them a platform with SolidWorks Cell where, more and more customers want to feel like they are making a custom made product, or you're able to give them a platform to say, this is exactly what I want, and you're able to fulfill that order. You can manufacture on demand. You can assemble the order. So instead of, producing 1 million purple units and purple just wasn't the color of the year, and you're kind of left sitting on those units and eating those costs, now you're able to say to the customer, here, why don't you tell us what colors you want, what options you want. You can obviously control the choices, so your customers aren't on your site picking options that you don't manufacture or that you don't make, but you're definitely giving them a platform where you can enhance that relationship, have that immersive experience with your customer, and increase conversion rates, as well as cutting down on the costs of visualization and how to present those ideas to your customers. Also, still images are no longer enough. I think all of us on this call, myself as well, we're all consumers, and when I go to a website, if I see a flat picture, I instantly want to go and move it around. I don't expect it to just be a flat picture. I want to interact with it, especially if I plan on buying a product. I want to zoom in and out. I want to spin it around. I want to digitally kick the tires, as it were, and I want to get a feel for it before I make that final purchase, and it increases conversion rates for your customers. So again, you want to reduce the time to market. So a lot of times people are like, yeah, it's nice, but I don't need it. Well, a lot of your current workflows are very costly, and there are those hidden costs that you don't know. Your current processes that you're sitting on costs that you could cut down by about 40%. So this is a linear kind of representation of what a lot of companies are following. They start with sketching, 3D modeling, then they go to the back and forth volley of prototyping, manufacturing, maybe kicking it back to the CAD team to make some changes. And then after maybe some product photography, then it goes to marketing and sales. So that delays your marketing campaigns, and that also delays pre-sales and your sales and getting your product in front of the customers. We want to help cut that down, and you can do that with SolidWorks Sell. So this allows you to do prototyping and manufacturing in parallel with your marketing and sales. That cuts down your time to market by about 40% when you can do that in parallel, so that you can easily be presenting all of your new products, presenting it in a new way at trade shows, and having your marketing and sales be able to present the products a lot faster in campaigns, get it up on the website, and be getting sales in a lot faster and getting a return on your investment, increasing your profits. So again, another challenge is, a lot of times you're trying to do custom integrations for the website. You're trying to do custom configurators built from the ground up. It's very expensive. Or there are other solutions out there that they all start looking the same. So you can go to different brand websites, and it looks almost like an advertisement. It looks like that product is the same on each website. This is a completely out-of-the-box plug-and-play solution, but it's fully brand customizable. So a lot of the examples we show, we've used some of the same templates, but everything down to the wording, the layout, the icons, everything is completely customizable even in itself, so it can look like your brand custom built it. So I'll show a quick example of how you can take your CAD quickly to the cloud. So go to SolidWorks, go to the add-in, and if you drop down, you'll see a SolidWorks Sell Publisher. We're already there, and click OK, and then you'll see a button appear, just like we have with our Visualize and MBD buttons. And then once you click on that button, you can start the process. So click on SolidWorks Sell, say, hey, I want to publish this. This is going to allow you to upload this full assembly into a new template within SolidWorks Sell. So we can click on New Template, we can rename that, and then we can quickly upload that into SolidWorks Sell. So it's going to upload within seconds that full assembly. From there, it will open up our online browser of SolidWorks Sell. And so I can quickly upload that full assembly. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to quickly pick out different options that I want customers to choose from. Or maybe this is just an internal presentation, but I'm going to quickly put together all those different options. And then from there, I can have a browser view that is private for an internal team or for a client, or I can embed it onto my public website and it's ready to go. So again, with Customize itself, you can have a private browser view that can look wrapped to look just like your website, or you can have it wrapped to look specific to those clients' needs. Or we can provide you with the API to very easily, immediately embed it into your website and have this view and this configurator available for your customers and internal teams. So let's talk about a little bit of the packaging. So again, under the SolidWorks Sell umbrella, it is one product, but it's 3 different solutions. So it's kind of like a good, better, best. They're all kind of nested within each other. So you can pay to play. You could do kind of a staged approach if needed. So a lot of customers, they're using Customize just as an internal tool. Maybe in the future, they want to be able to embed to a website. So it all kind of starts as the base of Customize. That's the online editor. That's the browser-based software that you'll access into to upload your CAD, to start picking all those different variations of the CAD shapes and sizes and materials. And then once you plug it into your website, it's considered our digital catalog. And then once you plug it into a shopping cart or e-commerce solution, that becomes our e-commerce solution. So just to recap, again, Customize offers you all the custom configuration and online visualization. So even though it might not be embedded to a public website, you can still have that private browser view where you can send a browser link to an executive, to a different global team. You can have a rep in the field showcasing that on a tablet. Maybe if they're a distributor, they could be showcasing that. And you have all of that within Customize itself. And then with Digital Catalog, it's everything within Customize, plus the API integration for your company's website. We also have customers, that say, hey, I don't sell direct online, but I want to be able to showcase my products, or I want to use that within kind of like a CPQ or quoting process. They use Digital Catalog for those needs, as well as they can use that in a similar fashion to kind of match that within a showroom or retail environment. There's less real estate and retail these days, so you can also have a touch screen, maybe within a kiosk. You have only a few physical options that are on site, but then a customer can quickly go to touch screen and see the full depth and breadth of your full product line. And then, of course, e-commerce is both everything within Digital Catalog and Customize. And then we also provide you with the API integration to easily plug into your online shopping cart and e-commerce partner. So we've worked with all the top ones. Again, you can have this embedded into any website, and it can work with any online shopping cart and e-commerce solution. We've worked with all the top ones in the past: Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce. Any e-commerce solution and shopping cart you're using, we can plug into. So that's about it. I think that recaps everything pretty quickly in a nutshell. Again, if you have any questions, we're going to open things up for any questions that you might have, but also in follow-up, please send me an email at angela.smith@3ds.com. You can also reach out to solidworks.sell.sales@3ds.com. And I am offering a certain special offering to everyone who's made it through this whole webinar late in the day on a Friday. So if you'd like to have more information on that, you can send me an email to angela.smith@3ds.com. So I wanted to open things up for questioning. Obo, are there any questions so far?
Great. Thank you, Angela. This is wonderful presentation that is more exciting than a cup of coffee for Friday afternoon. So yeah, there are indeed questions. One question is about, do you need the Photo View 360 add-in to create a photorealistic rendering in addition to SOLIDWORKS Cell, or is it included in the package? So yeah,
I can answer that, or I'll have Obo, you can answer that as well. You're more technically minded, but as a recap, just no, you do not need Photo View 360. So we are providing both dynamic rendering and photorealistic rendering on demand, and that is separate from any other rendering solution we have internally. But Obo, do you want to expand on that a little bit?
Sure, exactly as Angela mentioned, the SOLIDWORKS Cell packages can include the cloud rendering so that you don't need on-premise renderers or advanced hardware. You don't have to worry about it. As you may have seen in the demo just a moment ago, you just press a button and the request is sent to the cloud, and the cloud hardware and the software do the renders for you, okay? And here is another question. Our company has been looking at DryWorks. Why would I use SOLIDWORKS Cell instead? So good question. Actually, DryWorks and SOLIDWORKS Cell work hand in hand together because you may have seen the demo, the CAD data has to be there, either in SOLIDWORKS native formats or other CAD formats. The data is there. Once the data has been authored, modeled, either manually or automatically using DryWorks, rule-based modeling, knowledge-based modeling. Okay, DryWorks is very specialized and good at it. Once the model has been built up, then SOLIDWORKS Cell takes it over, process the data, optimize the data, and upload it to the online presentation as Angela is showing right now. So you can regard this as different steps along the way. DryWorks and other software, SOLIDWORks, our partner products, or at the initial engineering, designing, manufacturing phase to build up the 3D model. And then SOLIDWORKS Cell focuses on the sales and marketing activities by repurposing your already authored 3D model for online presentations. Okay. And also I see very strong interest on the pricing and the packaging details. So as Angela mentioned, you can feel free to reach out to the email addresses and let's discuss this needs, packaging, and pricing details right afterwards. Any other questions? Keep them coming. Great discussion here. I would say for me as a consumer, I'm doing my daily shopping 60%, 70% online already. I'd love to see 3D configurable products on a online shopping website. And this is exactly what Solidworks Sell is doing here. So that experience is more engaging, I can make more insightful purchasing decisions. And then for manufacturers, actually, you can manage the skyrocketing variation SKUs part numbers. Actually, if you think about different textures, different sizes, different shapes, multiply them together, the total number of SKUs can be skyrocketing, can be surprising. Not only thousands, but also millions, even billions of them. I'm talking about billions of them. So how can you present all those kind of choices for your consumers on your website using static images? It's just simply impossible, right? So this online 3D configurable product presentation solves that problem perfectly. So that the static images on your website is not gonna underserve you anymore. You can present to your consumers how good you are, how rich your options are. Okay, any other questions? All right. So Angela, I think we are at the end of this webinar. Do you have any concluding thoughts here?
No, I just really wanted to thank everyone for joining us, and thank you very much, Obo. Again, if anyone has any questions, we're going to obviously follow up and provide a copy of our recorded webinar. We're going to provide information to follow for everyone that had signed up. And if ever anyone wants to have a conversation with me about any special offers that we have before end of year with our partners, you can email me at angela.smith@3ds.com. Again, we're going to follow up with all of you, but you can also reach out to me right after this webinar for a special offer. But beyond that, happy Friday, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. And again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Angela, for the wonderful presentation, and thank you, everybody, for joining this presentation. Have a great weekend. We'll conclude here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.